Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and since Warzone 2.0 has came out, I have been playing the DMZ mode a ton. I have been playing it way more than the Battle Royale modes in Warzone 2, and I've definitely been playing it a lot more than multiplayer that we see currently within Modern Warfare 2. And I can understand why the DMZ mode does not attract a lot of people out there. It's not your traditional Battle Royale mode, and that's mostly because it's not really a Battle Royale mode whatsoever. It's an extraction game mode, which is new to the Call of Duty scene, but there's definitely a lot of benefits for actually playing this mode and continuing to keep playing it over and over and over again, which is something that I'm currently doing right now. And you may be wondering, well, why should I play this mode? Well, there's definitely a few incentives on why you should be playing DMZ as much as I am, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in this video. The first reason why you should be playing DMZ is actually the reason why I first started playing DMZ, and that is to understand the Mazrah map. You want to understand how this map is laid out, because this is a brand new Warzone experience where it's a brand new map that none of us has ever played on before, and so we're going to be really rusty knowing all the locations and knowing the ins and outs of like how each building is actually structured. But by playing DMZ, you're pretty much forced to go inside a lot of buildings and try and get the best loot as possible, especially in those stronghold areas. In those stronghold areas, you're able to actually know how many enemies and AI controlled bots you're going to be having to go up against, and you get a better understanding on how those buildings are also laid out in each individual named location that you see on Mazrah. So DMZ is definitely a great mode for actually understanding the Mazrah map, and so whenever you do hop into a battle royale match, you're going to be able to understand each location a lot better than just by playing battle royale all the time. Because if you're playing battle royale all the time, you're constantly on the lookout for enemies, and you're constantly like making sure you don't get taken out by actual enemy players, where in DMZ you don't really have to worry about that too much. It's a lot more of a casual experience. Pretty much your biggest threat is AI controlled bots, but once in a while you will go up against a squad. So yeah, make sure you're playing DMZ, you guys, so that way you have a better understanding of the Mazrah map for whenever you drop into those battle royale modes. Another reason why you should be playing DMZ is so you can unlock different types of rewards. One reward, which is a pretty big one, is actually unlocking the M13B assault rifle. This is the only way, as of right now recording this video, to unlock this weapon. You have to play DMZ to unlock it, which I know is a little bit unfortunate for people who like to stick with multiplayer and I guess normal battle royale that we see within Warzone. But as of it sits right now, you have to be playing DMZ to unlock the M13B weapon, and pretty much everybody knows how to do this by now. All you have to do is go into the radiation zone, find the chemist, who is definitely a lot more outstanding looking compared to the other AI controlled bots, and take him out, and he'll drop a blueprint for the M13B. Pick up that blueprint for the M13B assault rifle and then extract it within that same match, and you'll have it permanently unlocked for you to use in Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer and in the battle royale modes for Warzone 2. And also there are other rewards that you can earn as well that are outside the radiation zone. For example, you're going to see a marked location for a weapon crate, and this weapon crate is going to be carried by a juggernaut. Once you take out the juggernaut, he's going to drop this weapon crate, and you can go ahead and pick it up, put it in your inventory, and exfil with it to unlock yourself a reward. There's actually 7 different rewards you can get from these weapon crates, and I believe they're going to be adding more of these rewards as seasons go on. So as of season 1 right now, there is 7 different rewards you can get for extracting the weapons case. But keep in mind, when you pick up the weapons case, everybody on this DMZ match will know where that weapon crate is at all times. They're always going to know where that weapon crate is. So if you pick it up, you have a huge target on your back for every player in that lobby to come after you in case they want to get it for themselves. I myself have taken out multiple squads who have been carrying this crate, so that way I could personally take it for myself. There's only been one time where I have taken out the juggernaut single-handedly, and all I did was run him over with a truck, which is quite funny. If you want to actually get the weapon crate easily, you can just easily just run over the juggernaut, or the same with the chemist. You can just run over the chemist with a vehicle and they'll just die instantly and drop what you're looking for. So pretty easy to take out these enemies. I don't know if they plan on changing this in the future. I can definitely see them doing this with the juggernaut. However, I don't know what they can do about the chemist if it's just a normal soldier looking looking character that you have to take out. But regardless, not too hard to really take out these enemies, especially if you have a good squad that you're running with. And so once you extract with, of course, the weapon crate, you will unlock a weapon blueprint for the first time, and this is actually the caution tape blueprint for the RPK light machine gun. There is another reason for playing DMZ, and this is a pretty common one that people are starting to talk about a lot more, and that is you can earn a boatload of player and weapon XP in a single DMZ match. I have seen people earn up to 200,000 player XP in a single DMZ match, and part of that is activating a double XP token, but also another strategy to earning that amount is linking your squad with another squad. So this is a new feature within Warzone 2 where you can actually invite people to your squad, or you can ask to join other people's squad, so that way you could have a total of 6 players in a single squad. And because of this, if each player is going for their missions that they have selected for a certain faction, and they're completing those as well as completing contracts and trying to successfully exfil at the end of a DMZ match, then you can earn yourself a lot of XP. And that is definitely a popular strategy I see people doing a lot more within the DMZ mode. So if you're somebody who wants to try and level up as fast as possible, this is a great way of doing it, as well as trying to level up your weapons, because essentially everything you do within the game, whether that's getting a kill with a weapon, whether that's, you know, discovering a new location, completing an objective, whatever the case may be, that also counts towards weapon XP as well. So if you're doing all that kind of stuff within a single match of DMZ, you can earn yourself a lot of XP. And personally, I've been playing DMZ to level up my weapons, and it's turning out a lot better than in multiplayer, so that definitely is saying something. DMZ also offers challenges that you can complete to level up faster, and of course earn other rewards that you cannot get anywhere else within Warzone 2 or even Modern Warfare 2. And so these are faction missions. There's different factions within DMZ, and you can select up to 3 missions in any faction that you choose. And there's also 5 tiers of these missions, so you have to get through the first tier of all the missions for a certain faction to move on to tier 2 of those missions for that particular faction. And these missions don't start off too difficult at first. They're pretty easy, but they do progressively get a little bit more difficult, and the requirements are definitely a lot more specific on what you have to do in order to earn the rewards for that particular mission. And these rewards are not just XP. You can also earn yourself calling cards, emblems, and I believe you can also get character skins and blueprints as well, but those are probably on the higher tier ends of these missions. Now, I'm not too far into these mission challenges. I really got to start focusing on them a lot more. They definitely should be a huge priority every time you drop into DMZ, and this is something that I think is really cool. It gives the game mode a little bit more of a longevity to it, to give people the reason to actually keep playing DMZ. And although as it sits right now, I believe there's only 5 tiers of these missions per faction, and I don't know if they plan on adding more tiers of missions in future seasons, and that's just something that I don't know if has been confirmed or not. I hope this is the case. I really do hope they add more faction missions later in the future, because at some point I can see people completing all of these missions and then not wanting to play DMZ anymore, or they just might get too bored of it. And so I think these faction missions have a lot of potential. You can definitely earn unique rewards from these missions that you can't earn anywhere else, so there's definitely a reason for going for them, and it's definitely a reason that I think you guys will find beneficial, and you might actually find a lot of enjoyment while playing DMZ. Now, I have given out quite a bit of reasons on why you guys should be playing DMZ, and honestly, there's no reason why you shouldn't be. You can earn quite a bit of XP from this mode. You can earn yourself a weapon that can only be unlocked in DMZ, and of course, you can earn other rewards from going through those weapon crates, and of course, completing faction missions. So there's quite a bit of different stuff to earn while playing DMZ that I think a lot of people just don't realize, and it's only going to get better from here on out, right? DMZ is only in beta right now, and this mode can only get better. So my first impressions of DMZ are pretty positive for the most part. However, there's definitely some things about this mode that can definitely make it a lot better, and so at the end of this video, I just want to quickly give out some recommendations on how DMZ can actually be a lot better. First of all, this is the perfect mode to add zombies to it. It's pretty much a more glorified version of Outbreak that we saw within Black Ops Cold War. That mode was a ton of fun. I played so much Outbreak in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, and I can definitely see them adding zombies into DMZ to make it more of a glorified Outbreak outbreak mode. And if you guys remember, and maybe you guys don't know this at all, but there was a leak that the outbreak mode was coming to Modern Warfare 2, and it was in the files. We even saw images of it, and it wasn't like leftover asset or anything. So it's very possible we'll get some sort of spin-off of DMZ, but it's going to be called Outbreak, and it's going to be focused on zombies. So I am excited to see if that actually does end up being the case, but I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of just adding zombies in general to DMZ right now. And like maybe every time you load into a match of DMZ, zombies could actually just be infested in certain named locations. So instead of going up against AI soldiers, you're going up against AI zombies, which I think will definitely spice some things up a bit and will make things quite a bit more interesting while playing DMZ. Also, I think there needs to be more events in DMZ, because as it states right now, we only have the radiation zone that we can enter to get ourselves the M13B weapon, and there's that weapon crate event that we can go for that everybody has pretty much, that you can see on their map when they open it up. So yeah, those are really the only, like, I guess in-game events that are going on within DMZ. There's really nothing else that happens. I don't know what else they could do when it comes to other events, but make it more interesting, I guess. Like, don't give us like multiple weapon crates located around the map and it's the same deal where you have to just take out a Juggernaut, pick up the crate, exfil with it. Change it up a bit. Don't make us go up against a Juggernaut, make us go up against something else. Maybe we have to like take out a tank or something like that to get a new weapon blueprint. That could be pretty challenging. I would say taking out a tank is a lot harder than taking out a Juggernaut, especially since you can just run them over as of right now. Also, I think there should be more faction missions past tier 5. I have no idea if they're going to end up adding more in the future. I hope they do. I can see them doing it, but I don't know if it's something they'll do every season or if it's every other season they'll add more tiers of factions missions that you can go ahead and complete. I don't know. I just feel like there should just be more, especially if there's hardcore DMZ players out there that love to grind this mode. I think those players should definitely have something to go for every time they hop on, and I would not be opposed to them adding more challenges. That just makes the game better and it gives everybody a reason to just keep playing it. Also, is there a reward for completing all faction mission challenges currently within the game? Like, if you get to tier 5 on each faction mission and you complete all those missions at tier 5, is there an ultimate reward? If not, add it to the game, because it can take a little while to get through all those faction missions, and I definitely think there should be an ultimate reward for completing all of them if there isn't already in the game. I'm not completely sure. Let me know in the comments below if there is already an ultimate reward, but as it states right now, I don't think there is. Also, is there reward for being the last squad standing in DMZ? Because if you decide not to exfil, it kind of turns into a battle royale match, and I know you still end up winning the match if you do end up taking out all the other players and you're like the last one to be able to exfil at the final location. I don't really know. I haven't really gone into the end game for DMZ just quite yet. That might be something I'll have to test out and make a video on, but it would be cool to see if there is a reward for players who do end up being the last squad standing at the very end of a DMZ match. And that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are brand new, and of course, do not forget to check out those links in the description below, so that way you can follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with me outside of YouTube, and of course to follow me over on Twitch, where I go live every week playing Call of Duty and maybe some other games in the relatively near future. We'll have to see, but Call of Duty is really grabbing my attention right now, you guys, so I'm going to be streaming a lot of Call of Duty, so make sure you go ahead and follow me on Twitch. And with that being said, I shall catch you guys later.